How's it going, guys? So unless you've been living under a rock or you're not that into cars whatsoever, in which case I'm not sure how you found this video, but I guess that's a good thing, you've probably heard of the all-new Dodge Demon, the Hellcat on steroids that has a factory warranty and can run 9s in the quarter mile. It's a cool car, but I have some serious problems with it. So here are 5 reasons why I hate the Dodge Demon. My first problem is that it looks exactly like a Hellcat. Had they designed a completely new body and chassis, I think the Demon would be more successful. The problem is, apart from a few exterior modifications, it looks the same. Give it a few months and I guarantee you aftermarket companies are going to be coming out with Demon hoods that you can put on your Scat Pack. Kind of gets rid of the special nature of the vehicle. Of course, it is wide body, but Liberty Walk has had a wide body kit for the Hellcat for years, and apart from a few exterior bolts, which I'm sure if you really wanted to, could be changed, it looks exactly like the new Demon. Think about Salamandron's Hellgato. Looks the same. My biggest problem is you can't build a factory drag car because it will never be fast enough. What do I mean by that? Of course, 9.65 in the quarter is absolutely absurd. But give the owner 10 passes at the strip, and all of a sudden, they'll want more out of it. You're always resetting benchmarks of what you believe is fast. No question about it, under 10s is ridiculous, but you're gonna be craving that extra power, which means tunes, different pulleys, new fuel, different drag radials. So there goes your warranty. Now you've completely defeated the purpose of a Demon. Now stock, the Demon makes an impressive 840 horsepower and 770 pound-feet of torque. The Hellcat, no slouch, at 707 horsepower. But get this, the Demon will likely cost about $80,000 to $100,000 and the Hellcat costs $62,500. Now with $2,000 to $3,000 of upgrades, you can run 9s in your Hellcat. What do? 285 upper pulleys, an HHP tune, drag radials, boom, you're in the 9s. You've defeated your warranty, but I guarantee you're gonna do that on your Demon anyways. So how much power does the pulley and tune make? Well, of course you can run E85 as well, but some people are getting 750 horsepower to the wheels. Factoring in 15% drivetrain loss, that means 882 horsepower to the crank. 42 more than the Demon. And you can have all that for 65 grand. Even crazier is the fact that Hellcats are now being leased for $599 a month. Take the lease, forget your warranty, modify it for 2 grand, and you've got 882 horsepower. Problem solved. Another problem, it's a one-trick pony. It's got drag radials, trick suspension, it's even got a trans brake, but all it can do is go fast in a straight line. I don't understand a drag car that weighs 4,300 pounds. The Hellcat, when it came out, 4,500 pounds. Wouldn't be fast whatsoever unless they put a ridiculous amount of power in it. There's a reason why funny cars weigh 2,600 pounds and not 4,300 pounds, because power to weight ratio matters when taking off at the drag strip. What I love so much about the new ZL1 is the fact that it can do everything. It's faster than a McLaren 570S around a track, and it's also quick in the quarter mile. You might be saying, well, the new ZL1 doesn't do 9.65 in the quarter. Well, with some light modifications and nitrous, it can run 9s all day long. In fact, I've already seen it been done at the track, and the car just came out. Now, one of the most confusing parts of the Demon is its lack of a roll cage. The NHRA requires cars running under a 10.0 and a trap speed of over 135 miles an hour to have a full roll cage and door bars, along with some other requirements. You have to imagine when Dodge set up to build the Demon, they had performance goals in mind, and I have no doubt that one of those was running under 10 seconds. So to build a car that you can't drive at the racetrack when it's meant to be a drag car is very confusing. Making a purpose-built drag car with a warranty so that people can take and run 9s run after run doesn't make sense if then you have to require them to install a roll cage themselves. Now, you might have read that you only need the roll cage if you're in competition. That's not true. It's very dependent on the track. Ask my buddy Guitarmageddon ZL1, for instance. When he ran in the 9s in his ZL1, they kicked him off the track. It wasn't during a competition, it was simply a test and tune. They made him leave and said, don't come back unless you install a full roll cage in his car. His car is still ripped apart because the roll cage has taken longer than expected. All they had to do was put a roll cage in the car and all these problems will be solved. The Demon has made such large headlines that it's not like you're going to roll up to the track and the track staff is going to be completely unaware that this car is capable of running in the nines. No, you're going to pull up, they're going to look to see if you have a cage, and then they're going to send you on your way, no matter if it's a test and tune or competition. I find it even funnier that Dodge advertises on their website that the car is all about having more trophies than the person in the trailer next to you. Well, you can't win trophies if you can't even race the damn car. Lastly, manufacturers are trying too hard to compete with aftermarket parts suppliers. Take the M4 GTS for instance, MSRP $135,000. You get a tiny bit more power than an M4 thanks to water injection and higher boost. You've also got revamped suspension, but the normal M4 costs just $70,000. For a mere 10 grand in upgrades, you could make the M4 significantly faster than the GTS. And you've got something you've worked on yourself. Same thing with the Demon. Why spend $80,000 to $100,000 on a Demon when you could spend $64,000 on a Challenger Hellcat, spend $2,000 or $3,000 in mods, and be just as fast? What's the difference between that and saying, well, for 15 grand, I can have a Fox Body Mustang that runs nines? But we aren't talking about the difference between a stock Lamborghini Huracan that only runs 10.4 and a $60,000 Supra that can run 8s. We're talking about the same car. M4 versus M4 GTS and a Hellcat Challenger versus the Demon. Yeah, there's some differences, but pretty much, if you can build a car that looks the exact same, that's made by the same company, the same year, and is just as fast, for way, way less money, why wouldn't you do that? Well, there you have it. I'm glad the Demon exists. It's an awesome step forward in a world where everyone is downsizing their engines to comply with government regulations. To build a dedicated drag car is very awesome. So for that, props to Dodge. However, it's overhyped and people will have Hellcats that'll destroy it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like always, please browse the channel and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you next video.